On today's episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast, we talk about WoW Classic initial reactions, pros and cons, how 100 Thieves won't be competing in the CDL, and also more GTA 6 rumors and so much more. Stand by, strap yourself in, crack a cold one, because we're coming at you live for episode 143 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. Hello all, and welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast. I don't know why I just put on my fucking radio voice. That wasn't bad, right? That wasn't bad. Yeah, like I said, episode 143 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. I am your host this evening, Chris P., the tallest and the lankiest, and I am joined by two beautiful, buff, chiseled, well-nourished individuals, starting with definitely the most well-nourished in the middle, Dr. Bob. How's it going?
How could you even say I'm well-nourished? I literally just said I haven't eaten since 11.
Yeah, no, but I mean just like visually.
Dude, again,
You look
like
healthy.
our pal Big Tasty says, I'm a skinny bitch now because I lost 20 pounds.
Yeah,
It's true.
that checks out.
I'm doing all right, you know. I'm coming up. Today is actually the hump day of my vacation, so
Ooh,
Damn,
it's all downhill from here, and I need to make sure I have no fucking plans for the rest of my vacation so I can just play WoW.
Yeah, you're almost there. You gotta start moving some plans around now. Actually, you got a couple days left.
I know. It stinks. All I want to do is play World of Warcraft. Fuck it, 24 hours. Chris is gone.
and he's gone. He just went to get back in queue. Computer just crashed from being in queue. Well, I guess I'll just introduce myself since Chris apparently just may have gotten abducted by aliens.
Please do.
It's your boy Papa Dom. I'm here. Nope, Chris is back. All right, Chris, introduce me.
I'm in the second co-host on the podcast. Honestly, I had no idea what happened. I thought the whole thing crashed. I was still talking to myself. And the second co-host, who's always here, always looking delightful, Papa Dom. Hello, my friend.
I just want to let you guys know, I got the fresh fade alert coming in hot. My side of my head's a little red because of the headset, but you know what I'm saying. Thank you for the introduction. I just want to let you know that just as in Star Wars, like you see how like when a stormtrooper dies, like the other ones just kind of run over them and like keep going. That's basically what I just did right there. As soon as you dropped out, I didn't even miss a beat. I was like, all right, boom, I'm gonna introduce myself. We got a new host. Chris just got abducted by aliens. When he comes back, we'll loop back in. So
Wow,
like a baton
you've done
runner.
this before.
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of like a veteran now. But yeah, it's your boy Papa Dom. Feeling good, feeling extra faded, and
Ooh,
ready to go into the weekend.
That was awesome. Well, thank you guys for joining us again tonight. Dom and Rob, thank you for coming around for episode 143, the I Love You edition.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm feeling the love. Rob's doing the hot like he's at an EDM festival. It is what it is.
Does
It
this
is
mean
what it is.
I'm
something
fucking
else?
tripping balls right now. I don't even know where I am. My friend just tricked me into smoking Molly. I don't know where I am.
Dude, sounds like a good time. So
It
yeah,
was a
speaking
horrible fucking time.
into a little weekend recap. We'll start off with Papa Dom. Dom, how was your weekend? You do anything good? What have you been playing?
Hey, Chris, I'm so glad that you asked, and thank you for letting me lead it off. So yeah, weekend was great. Had a great time. As you may have heard through the whispers on the winds, WoW Classic was on the horizon, so I wanted to make sure I got as much social activity out of the way this weekend as humanly possible. A couple months ago, back at the 9 to 5, I won a very expensive massage package due to how good I am at my job. So we cashed that in on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Cashed that in on Sunday. Got like a very expensive spa treatment, and I'm so glad that I didn't pay a dime for it. It just felt that much better, and I felt really relaxed. I did one of those like salt float things. So they put you in this little bathtub or it's not a little it's a pretty big bathtub. They put you in this huge bathtub with like 80,000 pounds of salt in it. So you just like lay back and you put your head in like one of those little pillow donut things and you just float there, and it's like super calming and really nice and relaxing. And there was a bunch of other components to it too, which was really great. Then we hung out with some friends. We were going to go sailing, but it was too windy, so we just went around and went bar hopping around Back Bay, and it was pretty good, and pretty happy about that. And I don't think we did anything else? Just had a great time. Just spent some time together. And also I cleaned my office, so it no longer looks like a Crate and Barrel outlet. You can see the nice clean. You can see my floors. I have nice hardwood in this office, but you can never tell. So feeling really accomplished this week, boys. I don't know what else to tell you. I feel great. And what have I been playing? WoW Classic. That is all.
Well, that sounds like a little foreshadowing with what we're going to talk about. I don't know if I said it at the beginning of the podcast, but hey, it sounds like a little foreshadowing. Bob, how was your weekend? Do anything good? What have you been playing?
It was pretty solid. I'm kind of on an extended weekend because I'm on vacation right now. Most people wouldn't know that because my days are still incredibly stressful for some reason. But I didn't do much over the weekend. I streamed a bunch. I streamed with the stream team, actually, a bunch this weekend.
Shout out the stream team.
Tuesday, went to see Slipknot and got pretty drunk. I'm still in pain from it.
With a recurring guest in front of the program, Mikey Wall. We should get Mikey back on the podcast.
We should.
Dude, he's an old man now. Okay? He won't come back. He's a fucking old person.
I feel like that was an indirect compliment to me, and I'm going to take that as a compliment.
That's literally not what it was. It's the exact opposite. That was, it doesn't matter. He's not coming back on. He's too.
Okay.
Slipknot was cool. And then outside of that, I streamed a bunch of TFT over the weekend, and I am officially done with that game for the rest of my life. So I retired a champion. I was arguably, I was projected to be number one on the planet, possibly other planets.
Who's projecting that?
Sports Center.
Oh, okay.
Exactly. But I think I'm done with that. Shout out to Seth David Music with the host. Thank you so much.
Ooh.
We appreciate you. You're so handsome. It's
Seth.
crazy. Handsome, beautiful voice. What a guy.
What a good guy, real good guy.
Yeah. So TFT, I think I moved past that game. I played Drone Strike Force over the weekend with the stream team, and you could check my early access review. It's live now at wickedgoodgaming.com. Check it out, wickedgoodgaming.com. We played a bunch of that. We played some Ring of Elysium. We played some PUBG.
Yeah.
Crazy. Ring of Elysium?
Yeah,
that game's still going?
Dude, we played fucking everything on Saturday because we didn't know what to play. We played Drone Strike Force, and then the queue times were too long. Crazy how that's a thing. Yeah. Especially because I'm sitting in queue for WoW Classic right now.
Sounds like a little more foreshadowing, but
right.
We'll get there.
We played fucking everything over the weekend. And then, WoW Classic dropped on Monday. I sat in queue for 2 hours on Monday, and then I played till 4 o'clock in the morning, and I've been playing every single day since.
Love to hear it.
I am quitting my job next week just to play WoW.
I can't wait until the patch drops where we can play PvP, because once we level enough, we can do Arena 2s, and I'm very excited for that.
I am going to fucking smoke people.
You'll love to hear it. Myself, pretty low-key weekend. I had a bunch of work that I had to do, so I didn't really go too overboard. Got dinner one night. Really just hung low, And then, like you guys were saying, WoW Classic dropped, so I never thought I'd say this, but boy, am I really fucking enjoying that game. I never thought in a million years I'd be like, dude, I love World of Warcraft. Not against it. It just was never my cup of tea. Same with like playing D&D. I never thought in a million years I would find that fun.
Dude, you have evolved so much over 143 episodes. I was just saying this to my buddy who who initially got me into WoW back in freshman year of high school, back in the 60s, and so he was like, "Oh, isn't one of the guys on the show gonna play WoW for the first time?" And I was like, "No, two of them are." I was like, "But Rob played RuneScape and he's played League of Legends, so he's used to grindy experiences and is really stoked for it." I was like, "But Chris has never played anything like it at all." And he was like, he's either gonna hate it or he's gonna be infatuated with it, and there's no in between. And and sure enough, we were all playing even last night. We had 15 people in the Discord chats. Join our Discord, by the way. Somebody please put an / Discord in the chat. And it was just, it was just beautiful. Seth, thank you for the bits. And what's up to also Seth David, Seth Tauda, thank you for the bits. And I'm just trying to keep up with all these people that are popping in here. Loving it. Thank you. But yeah, WoW is great. Should we just get right into
We
that.
should just get right into it, Dom. You're already kind of on your
Fucking
thing now.
slam transition. Let's
Yeah.
go.
So the first topic is, of course, like we've been saying, WoW Classic dropped. So initial reaction, pros, cons. What are you seeing? What do you like? Dom, you've already been going, so feel free to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna probably keep this short and sweet because I really want to hear it from you guys because you guys haven't played before. But Classic, my initial reactions was pretty similar. So Mike Fahey's one of my favorite game writers, and he writes for Kotaku and Snacktaku. So he does some really good fast food reviews, which are generally pretty funny. And he played the beta at BlizzCon last year, or the demo at BlizzCon on the floor. And basically his sum up was, "This is the hell we asked for." And he's this glorious, glorious torture that all of us clamored for years and years. People putting up basically illegal pirated mirror servers for Classic that were getting shut down left and right from Blizzard, the whole nine basically. So we as a fan base, I certainly didn't ask for this, and I was like, I'll get to level 5, I'll get the nostalgia out of my system, and I'll be ready to go. But what I realized was, amongst this incessant painful grind, these pitiful drop rates, the insane queue times, and just the overall lack of a decade and a half of quality of life improvements, I have had some of the most fun I've ever had playing a role-playing game as I am right now with WoW Classic. Mostly due in part to the fact that all my friends are playing, which is exactly what hooked me into WoW in the first place. Was everybody in my high school class was playing it. All of my high school friends were playing it, and so we had a full group every night that we played. And there's no shortage of help when you need it, or more people in there, blah, blah, blah. But the Discord chat has been absolute flames. It's just old school Ventrilo vibes, can't even hear anything over each other. Nothing is getting done. And then we'll just split up, get some quests in, get some laughs, and it's just been a great time. I've just been really, really enjoying it, way more than I thought I would. And, I'm way too excited to continue playing. So yeah, but eager to hear what you guys think as first timers.
Yeah, Bob, go ahead.
This, I anticipated this. I was texting you guys all fucking week leading up to this. I was texting Dom. I'm literally shaking. I'm in queue right now. I got 2 more hours to go.
I'm literally shaking.
I'm literally shaking right now. But I honestly, I anticipated this. This brings me back to 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th grade with old school RuneScape.
Yep.
Where I was playing with a group of fucking 8 people every single night. We were doing all the same quests. We're all grinding. We're all leveling. And yeah, this is... I've been saying it for the longest time, where I needed an MMO to get back into, and this is it. Yeah. This is what I've been waiting for. This is the game I've wanted to play. This is the game I missed out on 15 years ago when it launched. And now I have the chance to play it from the starting point. And I don't know what the roadmap is, if they're going to do the actual releases of all the expansions following, or how it's actually going to play out, or if it's just going to be vanilla.
Yeah.
But I'm having a blast with it. I wish I had all of the time in the world to play it, but I don't, and I feel like it's gonna be a drag when I have to go back to work next week.
Oh yeah.
And actually get back at 5 o'clock, queue back up for an hour, and then wait till 6 o'clock to get in. And
the whole time you're at your desk, oh my god, what rank is everyone getting up to? They're gonna be you don't want to miss out. It gives you FOMO.
I know. I don't know. It stinks. But yeah, I'll figure it out.
It's literally the same as when I was in high school. We would just be, we'd be in our shop talking about WoW the last night and what we have to get accomplished, and what level are you in this, where's your skill at in this, all right, we should run this, that, and the third tonight, and look up different builds and stuff like that, just be totally immersed in it. And it's been such a long time since I've done that, and I was talking to a couple of guys at the office about it too, and it's just nonstop. It becomes this routine again, and it's so much fun. It's just been a great time. Chris, I have been dying to hear just you're all out I've played with you, so I know how you feel about it, but just give it to me.
Yeah, that's all right. No, so like I was saying earlier, I never thought that I would really enjoy it. And when I first started playing it, don't get me wrong. Actually, let me stay positive before I go negative, right? First off, shout out to everyone that's been hanging out in Discord playing that, because you're making this one of the funnest times I've had playing video games in so long.
Facts.
Of course, people on our Discord, like, they were active, everyone would talk, but no one was really playing the same thing. But with this, everyone is playing the same thing, and it's been so fun. And like, we actually got to talk to some people that we normally like wouldn't speak to that often, like in voice channels and whatnot. So like, you're really getting to know other people. So I love that, and I'm having a blast doing it. And shout out to you guys for giving birth to the guild cigarettes. Shout out to you guys. And I can't wait to see where that goes. But my knee-jerk impressions of the game when it first started, there was a lot. As someone who's decades behind on this game, of course, like, I heard how great the game was from some people, how bad the game was from other people. Everyone has their own thing. It's kind of push or pull. When I first started playing, I was like, oh my God, it's going to take me forever to actually like know what the fuck's going on, what I have to do. But thanks to the people we've been playing with, like, we have Q, who is like 10 levels ahead of me, and he's happy to come back and like show me the ropes and like show me things to do, which is sick. Like Bob was saying, I don't know where the roadmap necessarily brings it, and I've never been the type of person that thinks too far into the future, because I feel like that dulls down the right now. And as of right now, I'm having a fucking blast playing this game, to the point where like I leave for work, and when I'm done with my last appointment, I am excited to go home, sit down, and like see who's on. I feel like I'm in middle school again, seeing who's on COD 4 after school, see who's playing private matches, and it's been so fun. And I've put time in so far, and I see myself putting more time in, definitely to come.
Love that.
It's so fucking fun. Dude, me and Ken, right when we got to Ironforge, we sprinted to the Guildmaster, and we were just like, all right, we got to reserve this right. And that's what we did. We got cigarettes.
That's so cool. Like, we all met up and signed the treaty and everything like that.
We all met up. Yeah, just amazing. Just
Guild charter signing at Sentinel Hill. Everyone be there.
Yeah, and we were all there. No one batted an eye. We're like, all right, like, we were in separate channels, kind of just so we can like focus on the quest that we were doing. And we all jumped into the same one, met in the same place, took a picture after. It brought a tear to my eyes. It was beautiful.
Yeah, now I got to go to. You have to go. Well, we'll have to go get tabards and stuff. We'll have to make sure Ken gives us a nice logo to throw on there, so we can all rock the colors. But yeah, I'm stoked. I'm really excited that everybody's playing, and honestly, I mean, we've got so many people in our Discord. And hey, if you're listening to this, you can join our Discord. It's real easy. And I'll make sure I'm gonna start putting the Discord in the show notes, just in case it's not already there. But yeah, you can join our Discord too. We've got about 15 people in there at any given time. Plenty of Discord channels and chats to be in there. We got Party Daddies. We got Open Late. We got a whole bunch of shit. So
the kids table for Bob.
We get the kids table for Bob and for Jay when he wants to play Fortnite. So yeah, I put Jay in there whenever he starts talking about Fortnite. So we get the kids table too. Just don't worry about it.
Dude, there's one thing I want to say before we kind of like brush over it. So like it's so obvious now that I had no idea what to expect, and I still don't really know what to expect. I don't know what I'm necessarily doing so far, but I'm having fun figuring it out.
Yeah.
When I first
that's the whole point of vanilla, like classic WoW. Right, Dom?
Yeah.
15 years ago, nobody knew what the fuck was going on.
Exactly,
So
and that was part of it. Exactly. It was like following quest directions and going from point A to B. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely part of it. Well,
yeah, proceed. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. So when I think it was the first day I played, I was in, I forget the name of it, but whatever. I'm a dwarf wherever I start off. And
we're in Dunmorrow.
Yeah, Dunmorrow. And when I was doing a quest, I was like, where the hell is it? I saw a line of people, like 40 people deep, people literally waiting in line for the same quest, when it could have just been a clusterfuck and everyone just ran up to the person you had to talk to. But people literally waited in line, a single file line, and like scurried up a little bit when someone would go, scurry up a little bit. It was something I've never seen in my life. Yeah. And then kind of hearing you guys, it's like you're in that service, so if you kind of have a bad name for yourself off the bat, people will remember you if you really do them that wrong. Is that a real thing?
Oh yeah, Ken marked a guy as a bad guy. He put the fucking cross. the skull and crossbones over the guy's head because he cut me in line when we were doing that quest.
Yeah, you
he
might
was
as
like,
well.
"Yeah, if we ever see that guy again, talk shit to him." And I saw him again in the next line, and I was like, "Hey, be careful of so and so. He's a big fucking cutter.
Oh my
He's a big line cutter.
He's
Guy
a big
sucks.
phony.
What a phony."
But yeah, so long story short, it sounds like Bob and I, first timers, are really enjoying the game. Dom, as someone who's played for forever, you find joy in seeing people picking up the game and really enjoying it. So as of now, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I look forward to continuing to play, do raids with you guys, and just really growing as a collective pack of cigarettes. You know, all of us.
Yeah,
I'm so excited to do raids. Honestly, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. Just fighting like world bosses and doing raids with people.
Yeah, I'm really stoked. Like, once we actually get into, I mean, I was telling Chris this earlier too before you jumped in, is like, once we start getting into the 20s, like, the leveling is going to slow down and it'll give us some time to like really experience a lot of the same content together. So we've got people that are like 17-ish, 18, you know, down to like 9, 10, 11, 12. And so, but that'll start like teetering out once we get to the higher levels, because honest to God, like, even though you're technically, like, the cap is 60, you might think you're like a sixth of the way there. You're actually like,
yeah,
way less. So yeah, I'm really excited to everybody to start getting some of their abilities so they can start figuring out their rotations. And the best thing about Classic is that every class has a role that needs to be played. So like, I'm probably one of 2 rogues in the guild, so you know, I'm the only one who can unlock lockboxes. So you might find a lockbox in a dungeon and I might still be a lower level than you, but I can open that and nobody else can, or somebody else can, but you're going to have to go ask a stranger and they're going to charge you. So there's like all these little subtle nuances that are going to be really excellent for everybody to find out. And I'm excited to just keep seeing people discover the game for the first time. And that's pretty much, I mean, we've talked about it on the podcast before. Like, you know, if you could discover a game for the first time again, you know, or whatever, or like relearn how to play a game and experience it through a fresh set of eyes, what would it be? And like, Classic has given us that, where not many other games in history have ever been able to do it. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, it's been real cool. Any final thoughts before we move on?
I can't fucking wait to play till 4 a.m. today.
Yeah. All right, so moving right along, some big news. So I know that you guys aren't the biggest Call of Duty fans in the world, and I know that it sounds like we're beating a dead horse talking about the Call of Duty franchise as a whole. But some news came out. It was talked about a couple weeks ago, but it kind of developed a little bit more, and it really rubbed me the wrong way, and it really has me pretty confused. So today, Nadeshot used to be Optic. Now he's the CEO, founder of 100 Thieves. So 100 Thieves confirmed that they're not going to be competing in the Call of Duty, competing in Call of Duty esports in 2020. So they're not going to be competing in the CDL, as well as the OG Optic. Like I said, 100 Thieves, Reciprocity, Luminosity, FaZe, E-United, Evil Geniuses, Complexity, Heretics, Rise Nation, Mind Freaks, and probably more. So they all confirmed that they are not going to be competing in the CDL or competitive Call of Duty.
That's like every fucking major team.
Yeah.
Exactly. And let me preface everything I'm saying. If you don't know me by now and you listen to this, I'm no fucking pro at what I say. I just go off of what I read and kind of how I interpret everything. So Activision franchised Call of Duty. So what it seems to me is that every team has to be connected to a city, kind of like Overwatch League. And it falls within that, where they have to rebrand and kind of just give the overall image of that league. So before I get into that, I'll kind of just say a quote that Nadeshot said in the video that he put out on YouTube, which was kind of sad to watch, because he built his whole career off of competitive Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And now he's not even going to be able to have his team from his brand compete in the game that really made him who he is.
Hold on, can I just interrupt you for a sec? Is this their decision or Activision decision?
It's their decision.
But it's based off it's like a reaction to how Activision has structured. Like, Activision basically forced their hand.
I see.
Yeah.
So they forced them into, you have to be either a city team and rebrand,
or pay 25 mil to be in.
You need to pay estimated 25 mil for a spot. So Nadeshot says in his video, 100 Thieves will not be a part of competitive Call of Duty next year. We will not be a part of the CDL. We will not have a team competing for our brand. And I wouldn't say this is the end of my participation in 100 Thieves participation in Call of Duty, but we will not be fielding a roster. So the story behind that is, first of all, 100 Thieves is more than just and this isn't sponsored. I just really appreciate what they do and I love what they're doing. It's not just an esports team. That's not all they wanted to do. They're a clothing brand. They're content creators, and they're esports and professional video game players. And they're still a startup. They're probably not even profitable yet. They just got started. They're very well known because their founder is arguably the biggest name in Call of Duty, or the biggest name there was in Call of Duty. So it just does not make sense for them financially to do what they're doing, to be able to join the CDL for 25 million and attach themselves to a city, because it takes away from what they really wanted, or what Nadeshot necessarily wanted, with it being a clothing brand. So they would have to rebrand completely, and it just wasn't in the cards for them. And I guess I see that, because you're not just providing for these esports teams and these esports players, you're providing for the content creators, you're providing for the management. People have their families. They hire I think it's 30 to 35 full-time employees right now.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. So I guess my question is with all these teams opting out of competing in competitive Call of Duty, is this the death of competitive Call of Duty?
No way. No.
But the thing is, the only way for someone who is up and coming in Call of Duty to have a shot to play on this main stage and to be able to compete in these big time tournaments is to find a team who has deep pockets that are competing in these leagues and are able to kind of fund it and put their teams into it. The only way that they're able to do that now is when they introduced Path to Pro. So it gives it's kind of like what Fortnite's doing by giving an amateur bracket to work your way up in tournaments and whatnot, and then be able to compete in opens and shit like that. But continue.
We've talked about this before, where we said what Call of Duty should do at some point, and what we might expect from them to do at some point, is to do a less structured system like Counter-Strike. That it's as fucking, what is it, like Western, old-timey Western outlaw Counter-Strike professional. See the professional, it works. It works, and I think that's what Call of Duty will eventually have to fall back on when you have the biggest fucking teams and the biggest names in your franchise backing out because they don't agree with your structure. Somebody else will fill in that case, and I think you'll see another major company come out. How Counter-Strike has IEM. Katowice and shit like that.
Yeah,
I think another major brand like Microsoft or something will do a huge tournament, and they'll make a professional league out of it, where you don't have to specifically go through Activision to have a tournament format going at any given time. I think somebody will bypass them and do it without the clearly demanding restrictions that Activision's trying to put on it. I think as Jeff Goldblum once said in Jurassic Park, life finds a way.
Wow, that was beautiful.
I think that will be the case with competitive Call of Duty.
You know who should step the fuck up? Game battles.
Yeah, no way.
Bring back game battles. There's nothing better than waking up with the green arrow. There's nothing better.
I'm trying to think what's the fucking, what were we using for CS:GO for a little?
Face it.
Yeah, maybe Face It will do something big.
I mean, Dom, what do you think?
Honestly, I mean, I can't call it either way. If this is the end of competitive. I mean, I'm sure it'll be there, but maybe it won't be as relevant if there aren't these big names there. I mean, that's your draw, right? I'm not gonna. I could watch any shitbum play COD if I went and scrolled down far enough on Twitch, right? I could watch anybody play COD or play competitive matches or whatever. But what I want to watch if I'm somebody who watches esports is, I want to watch Nadeshot. I want to watch, his team. I want to watch 100 Thieves. I want to watch Optic, one of the biggest names in esports, period. If I wanted to, it's if I want to watch football, I'm not going to go walk down to Harry Delarusso and watch a Revere High game. I'm not going to do that. If I want to get a football fix, I'm going to go play Madden with NFL teams, or I'm going to go watch, a replay of Super Bowl 51, or I'm gonna go watch an NFL game if it's during the season. Nothing is gonna I'm not gonna get my fix watching Pee Wee football. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if that is people are, I want to support the grassroots stuff too. And granted, we've been to DreamHack, I would say that's a lower tier of, I don't know if that's considered a major for CS:GO, but
minors for the most
part.
But
minors are still
but for minors some teams have to qualify through minors to make.
And that's still great, and it's still really entertaining. But I want to watch the people that I that I follow already. I don't want to have to learn new names. I don't want to have to realign to new teams or new brands, or play a guessing game on that's New York, but it's also actually 100 Thieves. That's dumb. I don't want. I feel like it's really strange that Activision would do this to some of the biggest names, especially somebody like Nadeshot, who came up from nothing. He's a self-made whatever he's worth, and came up from practicing at his parents' house to starting for Optic, to becoming one of if not the most recognizable face in pure esports, to rubbing elbows with Drake and getting him to invest in his team and building a brand from the ground up, only to have the game that helped make you who you are, basically spit in your eyeball and say, great, kid, that's all fine and dandy, but we're going to need you to pony up 25 mil if you want to continue to be relevant in our official league.
Yeah. That's talking to a brand who's backed by Drake and Scooter Braun.
Right.
You're saying that too.
Yeah.
It's bananas.
Exactly. And it just, I feel bad because, Nadeshot was once, one of those kids who was bringing his own CRT TV to a Smash tournament, right? He's, going into these, does the local circuit, works his way up, qualifies at every minor, and then becomes a household name at every major, only to have the very game that he pretty much owes his success to. I don't want to put it that way, because the guy, obviously worked hard and made himself who he is, but the game that gave him the stage, have it ripped out from under him, and that sucks. And that's just I feel like that's just been the tail of the tape with Activision for a very long time, and unfortunately they're just making yet another piss poor decision to alienate their fan base because they want to make their own rules.
Yeah, how bad that must fucking hurt him too. I'm telling you, watch the video, and he is visibly upset. And what are you saying? It was we've been at the table, all the shareholders and management and whatnot. We've tried out a bunch of different structures in our money to be able to swing this. We are just not able to. Yeah. He was this wasn't an immediate thing. We tried everything we possibly could. And think about those players too that really took a chance and jumped over to 100 Thieves because they believed in what they were doing and everything like that. Now it's just it was a good run, and I'm not going to say it was all for nothing, but that sucks. And Nadeshot's eyes, having to go back to those guys, thank you for taking the chance, but it's not happening. The thing that you were worried about it's happening.
Yeah, exactly. And it absolutely probably stings 100% worse, knowing that they had a seat at the table and they were in on the conversation, only to have them just go hey, thanks for showing up, but we ain't budging on this.
Yeah.
I think, COD competitive is going to take a hit. No way that they get the numbers that they were getting beforehand when you're losing that many people. And I feel like it's pretty unanimous that all three of us can agree that we side with the team.
100%
be involved.
$1,000,000,000.
There's no reason. If we were in that situation, they were you have to completely rebrand. Unless they were paying us, that's the difference.
What if
they have to pay them $25 to rebrand themselves and then join their...
They give you a partnership opportunity or something like that where, hey, 100 Thieves is already a very recognizable brand. It's a recognizable name and logo, and it has a very recognizable founder. Let's give you a break as let's say you have an elite 10 teams or whatever. We're going to give you some sort of stipend, or we're going to give you some sort of incentive. The role should be reversed here, and Activision should be actively seeking out the top names. Isn't that what Overwatch League did? Cloud9 has a team, right? But they're a city, right? Or am I wrong?
Oh god.
I could have sworn that like somebody, either that or the person who owns Cloud9 fielded a Overwatch team. Like it is Cloud9, but it's known as something else in.
I know for Counter Strike. The more successful and like the most famous professional teams don't have to qualify; they'll get invited to tournaments. And I honestly, that's what I anticipate happening with the Call of Duty competitive.
Kenny confirmed for me. Yeah, so London Spitfire is Cloud9. But they're London Spitfire in the Overwatch League. But I don't know if that's the same thing. If that Blizzard set, and granted, Blizzard is also Activision, so maybe they did say, hey, Robert Kraft, you're gonna need to give us 25 mil to field a Overwatch League team. We'll bring it to Boston, and then you pick up players from wherever. But Cloud9 had their Overwatch League team. They bought into it, whatever the ownership group that's involved with Cloud9, and it sucks that Nadeshot and his buddies, and his like colleagues aren't, don't have that type of capital to put up and field a team like that. That just blows. Kenny also said that everybody paid the same in Overwatch League, but granted, there's no shortage of big names there, so it's tough. I mean, it really sucks for some of those big teams, and I would hope that the majority of them are also kind of showing a little solidarity with one another, that they're all getting alienated and they're all getting kind of like, I don't know what the right word is for this, but they're getting like the rug pulled out from under them. Not to turn a phrase that I wanted to use, but it just sucks. It sucks, and it feels like they're being intentionally excluded or kind of pushed out of it because they don't have that startup when they are the people that made competitive COD what it is. Yeah.
I agree. Well, kind of in closing on that, heart goes out to Nadeshot, 100 Thieves. Really sucks, but you guys will stay on your feet, keep on keeping on, and I'm sure things will look up at some point. Nadeshot, if you're listening to this, come on the podcast. Moving on, we have yet again another week of GTA 6 rumors, and this one does not make any fucking sense. So a Reddit user uploaded a picture of Rockstar Games Studio in Edinburgh, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Scotland, of them removing their current Red Dead.
Wait, we need failed reporter Q to get on top of this.
Yep, let's go to our Scottish correspondent.
Beep, 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 beep.
But there is someone that, I'll get to that. So someone put a picture on Reddit of their studios removing their current Red Dead Redemption 2 artwork off of the building. And of course, the internet went crazy over it. Oh, they taking it down to put something new up. This is going to be their way to kind of show a new game.
Bully 2.
I hope so. But my kind of... And then there was a guy on Reddit who wrote, who's like, I live here. I will keep track of it. And he went by like daily and he kept reporting back in. He's like, nothing yet, nothing yet, nothing yet. He kept reporting back in. So my kind of initial sight on this is, do I wish GTA 6 artwork would go up? Yes. Do I wish Johnny Hopkins Bully 2 would get put up on there? 1,000,000% yes. But that's just not how Rockstar works. They're not going to announce a game by putting artwork up on one building in Scotland. No offense to the Scottish, but like that's just not how you announce two of the biggest anticipated games.
Q just unsubscribed.
Sorry.
Wow,
Q.
what an asshole.
Sorry, Q.
Chris's opinions are his own.
Yeah, they are.
Do not reflect the opinions of Wicked Good Gaming Incorporated.
I'm going to put that at the bottom of our Twitter bio. All Chris's thoughts are his own and not the company's. So that's just not how they're going to do things. Rockstar as a whole, they've always been very good at keeping things under wraps. And if you're going to get a wrap like that made for a side of a building, you're obviously going to have to contract that out. You don't have people in-house making building size artwork. Right. So if you contract that out, of course you risk something getting leaked. They would not do that. Oh, I see what I just did. Keep it under wraps. No pun intended. Get it wrap on the building. Whatever.
Oh, shit. Just like that Disney original, Under Wraps.
Oh, true. Was that the Mummy movie?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Great movie.
So just want to get your opinions on, do you think this is their way that they're going to hint at someone? Personally, I think they just want to remove the fucking poster. It's been a year.
They're just cleaning the side of the building.
Yeah, they want more natural light to get into the building. God forbid.
Yeah.
Imagine being in that department. and for over a year, your entire office is just pitch black.
Yeah, Scotty in graphic design hasn't seen sunlight in 2 years since the development of Red Dead Redemption 2 wrapped. Yeah, I mean, like, the thing I love about Rockstar is that they don't give a rat's ass about, like, conventional industry standards. Like, I don't remember the last time we even saw anybody on stage for a Rockstar game. They just keep their heads down, they make great stuff, and then it comes out whenever they fucking feel like it. There's no, like, they don't go to trade shows, they don't go to E3, there's no, like, big press conferences, because they don't need to, because everything they put out is such a high caliber, for the most part. It's such a high caliber product, and you're going to buy it. GTA 6 is going to sell 6 billion copies. Red Dead Redemption is, like, first big DLC pack.
Oh, fuck, I'm out to the service. See you later, guys. I'm out.
Red Dead Redemption's first big DLC pack is going to break DLC records. Bully 2, if it ever got announced, the internet would collectively shit its pants. So, you know, like, Rockstar is going to do their thing. I don't want to even... So not only do I not think that this is a hint at anything, but I think that we're not going to know. We're not going to get one. Like, we're only going to get one when they feel like it, and if they were actually making a move to tease the game, it would be more direct than this.
Oh, absolutely. They're not going to waste an announcement on these games by just putting up a building wrap.
No. They put some
they're
Tyvek house wrap up and people are shitting themselves.
Yeah, they're not going to do that. They're not just going to blast an email out to their emailers saying, hey, GTA 6 confirmed, coming February 2020, which it's not coming that soon. I'll say that. I don't even think we'll get an announcement on either one of those games this year.
Yeah, when Red Dead Redemption 2 was about to get announced, Rockstar just changed the icon on their Twitter account to like the red and black one, and it wasn't even, and it was just the plain red and black one. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was like black and then the R was red.
We did about 9 fucking articles.
Yeah, we did. If you go look up Red Dead on wickedgoodgaming.com, go check that out. You can see all. It was like this week. It's like Panda Watch from Anchorman, where it was like Panda Watch Day 52, and we were just like tracking all their social media headers and all the different like, you know, typefaces that they were using, the words that they were like using in order. It's like, they used the letter R, E, and D in this tweet. This could be a sign. So yeah, they're gonna do a more direct tease with that, and you know, we'll see it when they feel like it. But I'm just gonna turn my brain off and just wait until they tell us that Bully 2 is coming out.
Dude, I think we gotta follow their tweets like a fucking hawk. If there's a G, a T, and an A in any of their tweets, it's confirmed.
Oh, absolutely confirmed. So, I mean, that just, obviously we're joking about that, but that's actually the way that the internet works.
Oh, yeah.
The internet are all filled with boys and girls that cry wolf. That's all they do. They see one thing and it's like, they want to be the person that breaks the news and that they know more than the other person. It's like, dude, relax. Like, it doesn't matter. But long story short, they're not going to waste a reveal on building wrap. They just want to go more light into the building. Poor Phil from finance hasn't seen sun in a year, because of this fucking wrap on the side of the building. But I can't.
They're 100% announcing Bully 2 before they announce anything else.
I mean, yeah, Bully 2. I'm trying to think of when Bully actually came out.
Like
early 2000s.
Yes.
Early 2000s. All right, so that's been talked about for 2 decades now, right? Call of Duty
over a decade.
Yeah, so a decade and a half we'll call. We'll be in the middle.
Oh, no. Wait a second. Bully. Yeah, no, about a decade, actually.
No shit. But then Call of Duty, it's been 10 years, right? It's been 6 years? Whatever it is. Round up to 10. But, I mean, it's inevitable. One of them's coming. I just don't think now is the time to be a lookout in Scotland that they're going to be announcing it on the side of a brownstone building or whatever the fuck it is. Any final thoughts before we move on?
I really don't want to end this on a sour note, but I really don't think Bully 2 ever makes it to shelves.
Stop it, Dom.
Just the climate, dude. The climate that we're in, you don't even like. It's gonna be hot take city that like this is promoting violence in schools and that the kid.
Okay, if there's any production company when it comes to gaming that doesn't give a fuck about anything that anybody says, would it not be Rockstar?
I know that. Like, Dom, Rob, and Chris's rational brains know that, but I'm just saying that this is going to be like Lucifer touching down on Earth if Rockstar releases a game or announces a sequel to a game that has any form of bullying in it or any sort of violence in schools or anything, because people are going to say it's going to encourage violence in schools in real life. It's going to and it happened with the first one. I remember that. It was like, you could beat up kids in school. It's going to...
I think people just read it wrong. That's not what they were going
They did, no, because none of them...
of course, because nobody actually reads or plays or watches anything. They see the title or the headline and they go, "Oh my god!"
Oh, okay, but there's a game called Grand Theft Auto, which is a felony that you're okay with.
No, nobody's ever been okay with. Nobody's ever been.
They're still gonna release.
We revisit that conversation every time a new Grand Theft Auto comes out. It's like, you can pick up prostitutes in your car. Are your children picking up prostitutes on their PlayStation?
Tune in at 10 to find out.
News Center 5 investigates. We're here with little Billy outside of the what is it? The Velvet Unicorn. We're here with little Billy outside the Velvet Unicorn on his PlayStation. Billy, how do you feel about GTA 5? It's the best game I've ever played. All right, Billy, back to you.
Well, everyone's name's Billy on that story.
I don't know.
I still go to the Unicorn when I play. Trevor owns the Unicorn now. He's business partners with them, so the Unicorn still fucking exists.
Business partners. I forgot about that.
They're business partners. So yeah. Bully 2 can't wait. Dom, really can't believe you said it's never going to touch yourselves. I'm kind of sick to my stomach. And
That's not what I want. That's not what I want.
I blocked your phone number. Your phone number is already blocked. Block me back. So last but not least, I could give a shit less, but it's current news, so I'm probably going to take a backseat to this one. All I know is Telltale is going to revive itself, or is getting revived. I've never been a fan of Telltale games, just was never my thing. Like, my dad plays Telltale games. He played like what the hell's the oh my god,
does he really?
Yeah, The Walking Dead. Well, he got it for a gift on Christmas, and he played it on my brother's Xbox before my brother traded it in at GameStop for $20. That's a story for a different day. Do you think that they are going to be able to revive themselves, Dom?
I mean, I don't love Telltale Games stuff either. Like, I don't know. I feel... I want to make sure I cook up the appropriate analogy for this, because I feel the same way about Telltale Games as I do about, like, let's say the Beatles. Not that they're anywhere near that for their medium, but, like, no. I don't love the Beatles. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't go out of my way to listen to the Beatles. As a matter of fact, 9 times out of 10, if the Beatles is on the radio station, I'm changing that shit. But you can't say on the internet that you don't like the Beatles, because then you get people jumping all over you. Oh my God, they did this, that, and the third for music.
You kind of just did all of those.
Right. No, I know. I know. So, but it's also like that with Telltale Games, where if I've ever mentioned anything negative about Telltale Games, like, God forbid I tweet out, I don't know, Telltale was just okay, I will get an angry mob in my mentions, like pitchforks and torches immediately. People just like, oh my God, they're artistic geniuses, blah, blah, blah. But they've also made some incredibly shitty business decisions, and they've also put out some really shitty games, just like Game of Thrones. Telltale Game of Thrones is fucking terrible. It's awful. And this is with somebody...
Did you expect anything else?
No. And I also heard that, I mean, I didn't play, I hate to even be that guy, but like, I also heard that Telltale Batman stunk, and that's one of the properties that's going back to Telltale. So am I happy that, like,
that's a shame.
Am I happy that people are getting their jobs back? Yes. Am I happy that games industry jobs are being saved? 100%. Am I happy that those just happen to be at Telltale and we're going to get more games like that? Not really. So Telltale, keep doing you. Those games are not for me. I am so glad that, like, The Wolf Among Us will get more content, because Wolf Among Us is great. But 9 times out of 10, if I see a new Telltale game comes out, I just go, and I go back to playing something else.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Rob, go back to playing WoW Classic.
Yeah, oh yeah, WoW Classic till I fucking DIE, baby. Dom, I need you to be the one that gives your initial reaction on the link that we just got in the chat.
Hold on.
I don't want to say anything. I want you to be the first person that sees it.
All right, so
Brian, dude, I didn't even get to say anything about fucking Telltale.
Say that while I skim the thing.
The only thing I care about from Telltale Games is The Wolf Among Us Season 2, and I wish that any other developer got the IP for it. So I don't give a shit about Telltale games either.
That's
my take.
Love that. So we just got a late breaking topic in the chat. Friend of the program and former guest Bryland from the Down in Front podcast has shared with us that this is his favorite gaming news today, and it kind of makes him want to go back to college. And I feel the exact same way. Reggie from Nintendo, Reggie Fils-Aimé, is going to be teaching at Cornell University this year. This just in. Another breaking news, I am applying to Cornell this year. So I am going to take my degree off the wall that took me 7.5 years of misery to achieve, and I am throwing it in the trash tomorrow, baby, because it is trash day, and that's where it belongs, because I am going to Cornell. I don't even know what he is teaching. He said, I will be the inaugural leader in residence. Looking forward to teaching and mentoring during this upcoming academic year. Great way for me to give back to Cornell, and I guess that was his alma mater. So he's going, and that means I'm going. Honest to God, don't even know where Cornell is, but I'm on my way. I'm packing my bags tonight. Lauren's driving me to the airport, and I'm going to Cornell, baby. So back to school, and can't wait to see what I major in once I figure out what Reggie's doing there.
Can I also say, what the hell is a leader in residence? He's just teaching people how to live there?
It says every academic year, the Dyson Leadership Program invites premier leaders to the Cornell campus with its Leaders in Residence program. So they invite like prominent people who have graduated from it to mentor students. Students, primarily undergrads, learn about leadership through ongoing personal interaction with successful leaders who represent a variety of industries and sectors. They come once a semester to meet one-on-one with students, lead small group discussions, and facilitate a larger workshop, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to Cornell. It's basically like he's going to go mentor kids and like just go hang out one-on-one with them. So if you mean to tell me that I can go sit in the cafeteria, grab a little... grab a nice little sandwich, maybe a bowl of cereal, nice little fountain Coke, and sit with Reggie and just shoot the shit about business and leadership, I'm there. It's worth the price of tuition.
This just in, Cornell is in Ithaca, New York, which is not that far. So.
I remember because my buddy Sock went to Ithaca.
Oh, Sock, infamous.
And they had a rivalry with Cornell. I remember that now.
Oh, really? Man. Yep. Dude, I am on the way. I'm going to cornell.edu, and then I'm going to sallymaid.com.
I'll take out another fucking loan. I'm already up to my neck in debt as it is. Dude, might as well go to Cornell and drop out of there like I did the last 3 colleges I went to.
Nope. I'm in the process of refinancing my loans with a great interest rate. I will not be going back to school.
I mean, the interest rate's not going anywhere. I mean, that interest rate will still be there regardless if you take out another $100,000 in student loans to hang out with Reggie.
Stop. I don't want to fucking hear it.
What are you refinancing through? Who are you refinancing through?
First Republic.
All right.
Nice. They have a really good program. Oh wow, Bob! They're at Cornell right now. They have a professional World of Warcraft.
All right. Well, calling my rep back. Excuse me, guys.
Please cancel the paperwork.
Yeah. I'm gonna need another loan.
That's it. Good old Cornell. Good old Reggie. Any final thoughts before we land this train?
No, I can't wait to go to Cornell this year.
I can't wait to play World of Warcraft. I just logged back in. Let's go, baby.
So, without further ado, it is time to land the train. If you're a first-time listener, this is where we kind of shout out who we want to shout out. We would say plug what we want to plug, but everything we would really plug you're already listening to, and we've already said it. So, Papa Dom, kick us off.
Big shout out to Brylan. Thank you for that emergency topic. Also, big shout out to recurring guest and good friend of the program and good friend in real life, Johnny Rootbeer, who last weekend had his gender reveal party, and he is going to be having a baby girl. So congrats to him and the wife. We love them all very, very much, and we cannot wait to meet young Riley when she arrives. And
what a cute name!
Yeah, super cute. So Riley Rubia I can't wait to have her on the show. So yeah, really big fan of him. He also just started a new job. He's going to be teaching. Well, he is teaching at the high school that we initially met at, the high school that we both went to. He's now teaching in the very shop that we became friends. So everything comes full circle, and he's got a baby girl on the way, which is awesome. So big congrats to him and his wife. And again, cannot wait to meet young Riley Rootbeer when she arrives.
Love it. Bob?
I called that, by the way. I told you she was.
Rob
she was gonna
did
be
call
on
that.
there.
It was 50-50. It's a 50.
Dude, I saw into the future, and I saw it coming.
It's 50-50.
Big shout out to John and his wife. I'm so happy for you guys. I also want to give a big shout out to everybody in the Discord who has been grinding through World of Warcraft Classic with us. It's been a blast. I logged on about 15 minutes ago, and I've been running around in circles waiting for this fucking episode to end so I can start grinding again. But it's just been dragged out left and right. But yeah, shout out to everybody who's in our soon-to-be world-famous top gold earning guild cigarettes. So, you know, I'm ready. I'm ready to keep grinding. Who's ever playing tonight? I'm there.
Cigarettes, baby. Gotta love them. Me personally, yeah, shout out Johnny. Congratulations on the baby girl. And shout out to everyone that's been hanging out on Discord, grinding World of Warcraft. It's been a fucking blast. Hopefully it doesn't burn out too quickly. Hopefully we just kind of keep this train moving. And hopefully more people start joining. And if you do want to join, we have our Discord and all our social medias. So you can find it on Twitter at Wicked Good Games and everywhere else at Wicked Good Gaming. Feel free to pop in a Discord just to hang out, talk shit, play WoW, play whatever. It's been a really good time in there lately. If you want to read some top-of-the-line content, some nice written content, the old school way, you can check us out on wickedgoodgaming.com.
The old school way. The only way.
That's right. We got some fucking hot
Keeping it
flames
old
on
school.
there. Our own Dr. Bob just put out a nice article on there. Go check it out. And if you're listening to this podcast now and you're like, shit, I really wish I got to watch the live show. I don't know how to do that. You can tune in every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming. And if you're currently listening to the podcast and you're just like, shit, like I like this platform it's on, but like I kind of want to listen to it on something else. You can do that. So we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Radio.com, iHeartRadio, Google Play Card. I don't know what the fuck that. What's it called? Google Music, something like
Google
that.
Music.
Yeah, Google Music.
Check us out on them Googles.
SoundCloud. We're all over the place. But yeah, that's really all we got for you on this fine episode of 143, the I Love You edition. Thank you guys for tuning in. We love you so much. 143, and we will see you next week.